guys, this is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we're going to be looking at the NECA Street Fighter 4 Guile figure. Now, this guy is where we start to see problems with the line. That is because they reused a lot of the same molds for Ken and Ryu, and Guile is basically the exact same size as Ken and Ryu, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, they started to screw things up. He's like the exact same height, just shy of 7 inches tall. If you look, he's got the same arms, give or take the detailing at the wrist. Pretty much the same arms as Akuma. He's got the same torso, just with some modifications. He's got the same legs and waist from the waist down to the tops of the shins. So there's a lot of reuse here, which normally is okay, but Guile should not be built the same as Ryu and Ken. We have 2 sets of hands for him, 2 fist hands. They peg in just like Akuma's. So you're pretty limited in the articulation area. I think the arms might be just a bit short. Maybe not. Maybe it's not too bad. They seem a little stocky, but I guess it's probably okay. And then he's got 2 of the open hands, which are actually sculpted really well. And the fingers are all separate, so that's a nice detail. They look really good. So that's good. The head sculpt, the likeness is okay. I think it could have been a little bit better. Or at least maybe it's the paint that does it. His eyes are kind of buggy, and his nose, the nostrils, are painted dark black. So it just looks a little off. Something about the figure just looks off to me. Maybe it's this region right here. It's kind of truncated almost. I don't know. It's still a good figure, and I like it, but it just seems not quite on par with the other ones. Anyway, the paint's pretty good. The camo, though, is hit or miss. It looks okay in some areas. In other areas, it looks pretty spotty, no pun intended. I think the Soda Guile's camo is much better. The shading on the skin is just about the same as Ken and Ryu. The detail painting is not that great. There's a lot of bleeding if you look around the collar of the tank top. It's only okay. They did do a good job with the flag. I'm assuming that's some kind of actual application, not that anybody actually painted that. That's a pretty safe bet. He's got a lot of green coming through here. I believe that's because they molded him out of green and then painted it, but I'm not sure. Actually, I think I'm probably wrong. But either way, the paint job's not very good all the way around. His dog tags are sculpted onto him, so that's another kind of junky thing. It would have been nice to have a set of dog tags like the Soda one. It looks okay, I guess, but it's not great. He's got the exact same articulation as the other ones. He's got the ball jointed neck. It's very limited though. You don't get a whole lot of range of motion any direction really, other than the swivel. A little bit of a rock there, but not too much. The butterfly shoulders, all the same joints again. Ball disc shoulder there, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and you already saw the hand. Little bit of bendability, and then the twist. He's got the same ab crunch again, so pretty good range. It's all flat there, so that could have been done a little bit better. All the way forward. It looks okay, I guess. He's got the waist twist underneath the belt. I think I would have preferred it above the belt, just so that when you turn his upper body, his belt doesn't turn, but that doesn't really matter. Same hips exactly as Ken and Ryu, so that's the motion again. Cut joint there, double jointed knees, again, that's all the same. It's really stiff, but you get a pretty good range of motion there. He's got a cut joint at the top of the boot, ankle pivot. It's pretty limited, but it's still there. Ankle rocker, and a toe joint. Again, the joints are all tight, but I don't know. They just don't. It doesn't look as good on Guile the way they did. I mean, he's way too stocky. Should have looked a little leaner, I think. I don't know, just something about it is off. And the boots don't have any paint application. That would have been nice. It's actually a pretty solid sculpt there, but there's no paint app. So he's not one of my favorites by any means, but he will suffice. Then we have the Comic-Con exclusive Charlie variant. This is one of his alternate costumes in the game. It's the exact same figure with new paint, good dry brushing or airbrushing throughout the pants. The vest is actually made pretty well. It's a soft material, so it doesn't get in the way at all, but it's got really nice sculpt and paintwork on it. The torso is not the same as the other one. I mean, it technically is. They just retooled it so they didn't have the shirt marks on it and gave him a different set of dog tags. Not that you can make out what they say, but it's a different mold. Otherwise, he's the exact same. So, actually, he probably has a little bit of a better paint job on the face. That one looks much better for the in-game, whereas that one's really buggy, I think. Can you tell the difference? I can, but I'm overly picky sometimes. So let me know what you guys think. I do like the figure. If you are getting the rest of the figures, I recommend him. Otherwise, maybe not. He's not as good as the others, in my opinion. So there it is, guys. There's Guile. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the rest of the NECA Street Fighter 4 figure reviews. And in the meantime, keep collecting.